Okay, let's say I want to fix these wrinkles in the paper. I mean, ideally, you need to use new paper every time. That's what we do on a shoot. Um, but you don't always have access to new paper. It's probably 50 bucks for that 30-foot roll. Um, I could go in and retouch this just like I retouched the clothing or the skin. Or I can just kind of blur everything that's around the model. And instead of just going in haphazardly and trying to pick and blur, I'm going to make a really rudimentary selection first. Let's get back down to liquefy layer since this was our last. You know, I'm going to clean some things up first. Since liquefy, all these layers are under this basic retouching, I'm going to copy this entire folder, okay, and then select everything inside that folder. And where's the layers? Layer. Merge those layers. I'm going to rename them. Master image or something like that. I'm going to pull it out of the folder. And then I don't need this folder anymore. So it's the same as everything that's in basic retouching, but this is, I know that that's a solid image. If I screw this up, I can throw it out and everything else is, all the source stuff is still here. All this hue, saturation, burn dodge, gradient map, etc. They're filters that are applied to this image. So I need a actual image to select from. So I'm going to select this master, or make sure this master image is highlighted. And then I'm going to do a rudimentary selection around the model. How should I do that? There are a lot of ways to do this. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do this backwards. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the model. I'm just thinking about the background. Um, I'm going to make another copy of this. I just hit Control J to make another copy. I'm going to go to Filter, go to Blur, and lens blur is great, but Gaussian blur is kind of the old default. I'm not worried about her. I know she's blurred out. I'm just looking at the background. I'm getting it to where I want it. A little bit of sense of texture there, but not a lot. I'll say okay. Now I have to get her back. I have to kind of dig her back out of this. So I take this master image copy, which I blurred, and drag it down and turn it into a layer mask. And remember, anything that's white means that that function's applied, so the blur is applied. Anything I paint in black, she's going to come back. So I could get my paintbrush with black and start digging her out. And that might work. Works okay in this context. But I could also use a quick selection. I have to select, I have to go back to the actual image and just see how much. Nope. Okay, that's not working. How about I do a lasso? There we go. All right, so you guys get it. This polygon lasso tool, the magnetic, and the regular lasso tool. I'm just using the regular lasso. And just kind of roughly going around our model. hit select and mask. Okay, I'm going to smooth this out. It's going to take a lot of smoothing. And then that way, anything I paint stays within this. I could also make a gradient. On the layer mask itself. That's not really the prettiest thing in the world, is it? Let's go back to selection. Select and mask. I should feather this. Make the transition a lot smoother. Oh yeah, there you go. You see how kind of gentle that transition is, really feathered. Now when I paint, I can go all the way around and the transition's smooth. Make this thing as big as possible because it won't go outside that area. I made the computer think too hard. Okay, so that's before. Look at the wrinkles here and after. I got to be really careful if I do it like this, and I might have to dig more of her back out. Let's see if this went out of focus, I would have to just kind of paint a little more black on here. I think it's pretty good. Just going to keep checking all the way around. Make sure everything you want to be in focus is in focus. Okay, so that's blurring the background.